So I haven't seen it yet. Most of the time I get on YouTube and I just, look at things as, what's trending, and then I talk about it. But then every now and then I may bump into something, right? Something may come up on my feed. And it just so happened that what came up on my feed the other day was Tommy Sotomayor. I don't know the particular title of the video, but it was like somewhat to Tommy Sotomayor, Kevin Samuel stole my style or something like that, right? So, it was a podcast, and it was like an hour and 30 minutes long or something like that, right? So normally what I do is I don't really look at other people's stuff before I, do my video on whatever, they may be talking about, right? Because I don't want to steal anybody's ideas and their thoughts and all of that stuff, right? And let's just say, take for example, if I do say something and you've heard it before, it's not that I stole it from them. It's just that we alike, we think alike, right? So I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna look at this video after I do this video, right? After I do my video. Like, I don't even really have to look at it, but I'm gonna look at it anyway, because I think that personally what Tommy Sotomayor's argument is gonna be in the video, and then just in general, is this argument. I bashed women first. I bashed black women first. How dare you take my style? How dare you bash black women and become more popular than me? I was supposed to be the one that's popular for bashing black women. I've been doing this since '08. That's gonna be his argument. And if that is his argument, that is a poor excuse for a man. That plain and simple. Because if that's the case, Tommy Sotomayor, you're not the first black man, white man, Hispanic, or any man at that have been bashing black women. You're not. You won't be the first, you won't be the last. That plain and simple. And it's a shame. It's a shame that you have a dark-skinned black man, right? That bashes black women and that's known for it. And you got popular, you got famous off of bashing black women. That's a shame that you have a black a daughter. And you're known for disrespecting and being so foul towards black women till it's ridiculous. I remember I used to look at you, right? And at first, in the beginning, you gave good points about black women, and I'm not gonna even call them black women. I'll call those women ratchet girls, because black women are black women, and they know how to conduct themselves, right? But I remember, in the very beginning, I started looking at you like, I think it was 2010, 2011, something around that time, right? Might have been 2012, right? And you were making sense with the ratchet women, but then you started calling, black women Terminators and all these names, and then, like, I remember, Jill Scott, you were supposed to do like some interview with her or whatever have you. She was supposed to be on your podcast or something, right? And she turned you down because of the fact that you just talk so bad about black women, right? And it was getting to the point where we weren't, as the audience that is, we weren't able to distinguish whether you were talking about the ratchet girls or black women, because they're totally different, right? And she politely declined, for us going on your podcast or whatever y'all were doing, right? I remember you cursing her the hell out online. I couldn't believe it. You was calling her a fat bitch, and all the rest of it. And she did nothing to you. All she did was say, hey, listen, I don't want to do that. And you cursed her out. And from that point on, I was like, yo, I'm not dealing with you because you're not sincere. See, the difference between you and Kevin Samuels is Kevin Samuels, to me, in my opinion, I disagree with some of the things that he does or says, but most of the stuff I agree with, right? The difference between you and him is that Kevin Samuels, I think, sincerely wants to help black women. The difference between you and Kevin Samuels is I think that Kevin Samuels sincerely believes that black love still exists. But you don't. And that's the problem. That you are definitely a home wrecker when it comes to the black race because you want to definitely separate the black man from the black woman. It's just that plain and simple. And you're arguing and making moot points. You are. Nobody's hearing you anymore. Nobody wants to deal with you anymore. And you're just crying because you're not, nobody want to fuck with you. And if he did, let's just say if, he didn't take nothing from you, but let's just say if he did, he's doing it way better than you. You lame, and you always been lame. You've always been a simp, as you put it. Now you got a man that comes along, and true indeed, I don't wear no suit and tie, I don't get dressed up like, but that's his thing, and he's doing it quite well. And he's definitely improving people's lives, while you are ruining people's lives, in particular black women, by giving them a bad rep. And you know getting goddamn well that most of your audience, most of your viewers, most of your subscribers are white. And they love to hear that hate speech coming from your mouth. That's how you got famous. Because it sure as hell wasn't over a bunch of black men and women. Because I truly believe, and maybe I'm just, out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm out of space, and I'm not in tune with what's going on in this planet. But I truly believe that black women and black men still have somewhat faith and belief in one another. It's just that we just have these misunderstandings. And in having these misunderstandings, people get in the way and further divide us, such as yourself. Don't get mad, you raggedy ass t-shirt wearing, hairline going way back here. Nobody, no, you never were attractive, to be real with you. I mean, no homo, but you're not attractive. Like, what I mean by that, I'm not talking about just I'm just talking about your channel, period. It doesn't attract people anymore. Nobody don't want to continue to hear hate speech spew out of your mouth. You are becoming unattractive because you can continuously talk about the problems that go on in the black community, specifically dealing with black females. But you give no solutions. No solutions, no remedies. So therefore, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the what? Problem. That plain and simple. So don't give me that BS like, oh, Kevin Samuels stole this and stole that from me. Let me tell you something. I got videos about black women. I've been doing videos about black women. You could go far, I could trace my videos back about 6 years ago. And it had nothing to do, you didn't inspire me to do any videos about black women. I did it because I saw that there was a problem. That there was a situation where there was a great divide between black men and black women. Had nothing to do with you. You can't nobody can say, well, you took my style when it comes to problems that exist in the black community that has existed prior to you even existing. Which makes no sense to me. It just doesn't. For real. And it's a shame, excuse me. Liquid chlorophyll, it's not Kool-Aid, because that's what I hear all the time, every day. Anyway, it's a shame that people, such as yourself, have made money off of tearing down a black woman. And in reality, you should be ashamed of yourself, but the reality of it is that you're not. You're not. You're going to continue to spew out this hate speech, and To be real with you, you're gonna get even worse. Seriously, like, I'll give you an example, right? And I know you millennials, you young people, you probably don't even know who MC Hammer is, and neither do you care. But for those that, know who MC Hammer is, right? So, MC Hammer was this famous rapper in the 90s, right? Gimmicky, right? So he was known for, like, the big balloon-like pants and dancing and all the rest of that stuff, right? So people lost interest in him because he oversaturated himself, right? And once they lost interest, what happened was MC Hammer, so they lost interest, and then rap started to change. You know what I'm saying? So you had, people such as, groups such as rap groups such as Wu-Tang Clan. You had single artists such as Redman, and the list goes on, right? And they were more rough and rugged. Timberland boots, Bubble Goose vests and stuff like that, right? So what happened was, out of desperation, MC Hammer turned it up, and he turned it around and started wearing combat boots, and his hoodie did a certain way and started looking hard. Well, it was too late for that. It was too late. He had went to the extreme to change his look and his image just so that he can, be in the in crowd and bring that hype back that he had when he was wearing, those balloon pants and doing the MC Hammer dance. But it was too late. People lost interest and people moved on. And it's the same thing with you. That you're going to turn it up, but guess what? It's going to fall on deaf ears because people have definitely lost interest in you, period. Kevin Samuels is the man. That plain and simple. And at the end of the day, if anybody want to say that he's gay or whatever have you, first of all, people that say that other people are like gay or whatever have you, like I'm saying like that are like really into that other person, I think that they're gay. Like, why should it matter who you sleep with in the confinements of your own home? Why should it matter? If that man is spewing out the truth, he's gay, right? Let's just say for the sake of the conversation he is. I don't think he is. I think Kevin Samuels is Snaggerpuss and the Pink Panther. Pink Panther and Snaggerpuss wasn't gay. They just talked, they just had like a soft voice. You understand? So, let's just say for the sake of the conversation, he's gay, right? What he's saying, the messenger, what the messenger is saying, the message that's coming out of his mouth, it's the truth. It's the truth. So this is what I've learned on YouTube. If you can't find fault in the message, you could definitely find fault in the messenger. And within that, what you're going to do is you're going to bash the messenger so that the message can appear to be tainted just because of the messenger being tainted, which is crazy to me. If we go with that ideology, guess what? Nobody would be able to tell the truth. No one, because everybody will be living a lie because of the fact that that we, by default, humans are imperfect. So, in other words, you're going to always find some type of fault in a human being. But the truth is the truth regardless. And you can't find fault in the truth. So therefore, you have to bash the messenger. Stop being mad. You're calling this man gay and this, that, and so forth. Attack the message, not the messenger. Yo, let me tell you something, for real. Kevin Samuels is more fly than you. He's more wittier than you. He's more smarter than you. You just a bum, Tommy Sotomayor. Straight up. And I've done videos on you. And your followers have came to my videos, in the comment section, has said, why don't you call in and do this and that? Man, listen, man, please. Let me tell you something. YouTube has gone to people's heads. Straight up. That's my word. At the end of the day, some people really need YouTube. I don't need YouTube. I'm talking about in my personal life. On a business level, yes, it is a way of marketing and advertising yourself for free. It's a platform where you can actually be able to market and advertise yourself in order in order for people to buy into your brand. It's a business. But personally, I don't need YouTube. I don't need YouTube to build my self-confidence. I don't need YouTube to build my self-esteem. I don't need YouTube for that. I was who I am prior to YouTube. This is the reason why people fuck with me, because of the fact that they can see that I'm just being me. Period. If you were to see me, let's say today, right? Walking out and about, I'm gonna be calm, collective, or whatever, right? But once we start talking about different subjects, right? Then you're gonna see me be who I am right now. Straight up. There's no fakeness in me. But there are people that truly need YouTube. I've seen videos on YouTube where people have said, yo, YouTube opened me up. I was an introvert. I was blah, 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 and this and that and so forth. It's more like I don't know. It's a free way. It's a free platform for you for people to be their own psychologists. That's not what YouTube is for. It's not there for me like that. I don't need that. But I think truly, in my personal opinion, it's there for people such as Tommy Sotomayor. I truly believe that if Tommy Sotomayor wasn't on YouTube, he'll be a nobody. Period. I truly believe that Tommy Sotomayor is that dude that tried to talk to black chicks and they ain't want his ass. Not because he was dark skinned, because you ain't got no style, you don't have no class. And they sort of bitching you. And it's just that plain and simple. And this is the reason why black women didn't want to mess with you. And you're bitter and you're upset. It's like those cops out there that be beating black people up. It's because you got your ass whooped in college. College. You probably did. But definitely in high school. And now you gotten older, and guess what? You still a punk because you hiding behind that badge. Same thing with Tommy Sotomayor. Now that he got older, you understand? And he has a platform. Now he want to start shitting on black women. Don't get upset. Don't get upset because you didn't get no pussy when you was in high school. Don't get upset because you were lame. I see these people in the comment section and they talking about Tommy Sotomayor is better than you and blah 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 blah. Man, get out of here. Hey, personality wise, you crazy. Looks, you crazy. He ain't got nothing on me. That's my word. Let me tell you something. Let him know that I did this video. Let him know I'll come to his platform. Period. I have no problems with getting on his platform or calling in. I'm not going to call in. I'm not going to do that. That's beneath me. But if he welcomes me to his platform and we could go back and forth on whatever, we can. No problem. Because I know for a fact I'm smarter than him. I know for a fact that I got more class than him. And it is what it is. It's just that plain and simple. I remember when I was younger, never forget it. And guess what? I'm gonna tell you this story real quick. And I still don't have no hate towards black women because I treat black women on an individual level, not as a collective. So in other words, what I'm saying is that I'm not gonna say, you know what, black women ain't shit because this one female cheated on me. Nah, I just picked the wrong bitch. That plain and simple, right? So this chick I was, dealing with, I wound up moving back to New York. I was living in North Carolina, right? So before I moved back to New York, we was in the mall, both of us together, and it was this dude named Stan, right? Stan just got out of the army. He had an Acura Integra with rims on it, BBSs. He was built. He was physical wise, he was better than me, right? I left, moved to New York. She got with him. I can't get upset if my bitch chose him. What bothers me is when a woman cheats on a man and the man want to beat up the other dude. No, you got to respect the game. Your bitch chose me. It's that plain and simple. And that's the point that I'm making when dealing with Tommy Sotomayor. You didn't even meet your match. Kevin Samuels is not your match. Kevin Samuels is better than you. He's the new and improved you. It's like when iPhone came out with the 12. You're the iPhone 10. You're not even matter of fact, you're an iPhone 7. You're outdated. People looking at you like, damn, man, you could at least got the 10 or 11. Matter of fact, you ain't even an iPhone 7. You're the first iPhone that they came out with. Period. And just don't get upset. Somebody is bigger and better than you, pause, and you got to deal with it. Stop bitching, stop crying. I would tell you to step your game up, but how can you do that? You can't. The gig is up. You knew what was coming. Plain and simple. You can't ride that wave anymore, buddy.